Hi everyone, welcome to Civics Voice Liberia. We are going to be diving deep into the Diddy case, and I know that I haven't given my opinion on the matter because it was something I feel like I needed to understand more. Most people want to be first on everything. I understand that, but I needed to make sure that when I'm giving my opinion, I know what I'm talking about. I'm not just following the media, and I'm not just following everybody else like the horse. I'm not just following everybody else like sheep. So I needed to understand where I stand in terms of my position and what are some of the evidence that I have to verify that position. I also wanted to make sure that I understand fully when it comes to the term justice. This is not justice. It is a targeted takedown. And let me verify my position. Let's talk honestly. Every time a black billionaire rises up, it is like a clockwork. They become the target. And now, here we go. Again with Diddy. And they try to target Tyler Perry as well. Now, ask yourself, why are they targeting Tyler Perry? Because he is not just making speeches.
They are removing silent. This is not the time to give up. This is the time to dig in and keep leaving footprints everywhere you go.
He is building empires while others poses for cameras and collect accolades. He is buying land, creating jobs, building studios, and rewriting the playbook from the ground up. This isn't just Hollywood, it is liberation disguised as production. You see where this is heading, right? If you don't worry, buckle up, because what is coming next, it is not just conversation. Yes, I saw Kanye West pulled up to the courtroom last week.
Oh, it was a scene. Kanye West gets out of this luxury vehicle, the Maybach you see there, walks into court, shakes a hand, and he left after about 20 minutes because he was not allowed into the main courtroom. We caught him in the hallway. He told us that he was there to support Sean Combs. I'm not sure that Combs wanted his support because we had overheard his defense attorney saying to the court security officers to only let in people who are on the list. So he didn't make it into the main courtroom, was brought to an overflow room, and then he left after just a couple of minutes inside and did not return.
Didn't even go in the main room. He just sat in the overflow. That's telling. It is not just about showing support, it is about making a statement without saying a word. But a bigger picture is this. Why does it feel like the system always finds a way to come for every black man that reaches billionaire status? You don't have to be a billionaire. You don't have to. As long as you're a black man that making a lot of money, you become the target. And why does it always end in scandal, criminal allegation, or character assassination? It is not paranoia. It is a pattern. It is almost as if there is a war on black finance, a silent mission to shut down black liberation by attacking the one thing that actually changes things in this country, which is money. Let's be honest. In America, money is above all things. With money comes power, and with power comes the ability to shift culture politics and futures. So when black people get financially powerful, real change starts to happen, and that's exactly what they fear. Now, I am not saying that if Diddy did what they are accusing him of is okay. It is not. But let's stop pretending this country has a moral ground to judge anyone. Black people are being killed every single day. Drugs are still flooding our communities, and the system has never cared. The same America that turned its back when the crack destroyed our neighborhoods now wants to act like it is shocked by immorality. And come on, white America has done some of the worst things to black people in this country, and they are still doing it. If Diddy did what they said, fine, investigate. But let's not sit here and act like there aren't white elites doing the exact same thing or worse and walk away free. Let's break down what is not legal in this country. If Diddy wants to have 3,000 or 4,000 bottles of lubricants or baby oil, that's not a crime. There is no law against that in America. If Diddy wants a room full of guns, he can. This country has more guns than people. We have over 393 million firearms in circulation, while the population is around 333 million. That's more guns than the next 25 countries combined. If he has consensual sex with 200 women or men, that is not a crime either. This is America, where sexual freedom is legal and protected unless you are black and rich. So what is the real issue? It is not law, it is not morality. It is the fear of a free black man with money, influence, and independence. Now, let's be honest about legalized prostitution. Prostitution is legal in this country. It is just rebranded and taxed. Pornhub earns over $460 million a year. OnlyFans pulled in $5.6 billion in 2023. That is just 2023. I'm not talking about 2024 or 2025 because the way the economy is going, right? I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about 2023. $5.6 billion. OnlyFans. We got strip clubs, we got can sites, we got escort apps, and sugar baby networks are all legal in this country because the government gets its cut. Whenever it's rebranded and taxed, the government make it legal. And if a white person is doing it, it's completely fine. When a black person does it, it's wrong. They either criminalize that or try to start some allegation that will end up him being literally assassinated by the media. Let's not forget the Playboy empire. Hugh Hefner built a global empire of sex, manipulation, and exploitation of women. Some as young as 18 years old. Okay, these are little girls. Some of them were even 17. Women were drugged, they were coerced, they were groomed, yet Hefner died celebrated, praised, honored, and untouched by the law. Now, suddenly, when a black man through adult parties owns guns or lives openly, his federal charges and RICO Some of these things that I don't understand. Now, let's not forget Jeffrey Epstein. The Epstein files everyone is talking about. Let's bring his name back because I think the system want to make sure that we forget. Jeffrey Epstein operated an international sex trafficking ring with a literal island, private jets, underage girls, and guest books that signed by the most powerful men in this world. The Epstein files list over 200 names: former presidents, corporate giants, Hollywood legends, and royalty. So we are talking about some of the most powerful people in the world that when their name drop, the whole world will shake. They on our list doing some weird shit with little kids. We're talking about pedophile. We're talking about a whole community upstairs. The whole community upstairs. We're talking about some crazy pedophile shit that go on. How many have been charged? 0. What is the government done? Sealed most of the files, black transparency, and move on. You see, this is not about Diddy doing some weird shit. This is not about Diddy having too many baby oil, too many lubricant, having sex party and all of that. This is not about it. It's about the status. Diddy becoming a billionaire. And Ciroc, the owner of Ciroc, Diddy had to sue them, and Diddy won that case. So there's multiple things that are going on at the same time here. People are not seeing it. There's a lot of things that are working in the background. So you gotta be transparent. You gotta be someone who can think critically before you can understand these things. If you follow the media, you are just agreeing to people's opinion. You need to do your research yourself. I know it's easy to just see the information and then get it, but you need to do your own research and get the information. You know, as for me, none of this weird shit is surprising to me. Why would it be surprising to me? I did history, world history, US history. You know, the man this country glorifies, the one they falsely credited with discovering the US, was doing the exact same thing. Christopher Columbus wasn't a hero. He was a colonizer, a trafficker, and enslaver. He established brutal colonies where black and indigenous kids, some as young as 9 years old, were kidnapped and trafficked to islands where wealthy European men came to abuse them. And when the children died because of the torture, the rape, the starvation, their bodies were thrown into the wild dogs or fed to crocodiles. So see that's weird. That's weird. Mad weird. That's more weird than what Diddy did. And yes, I saw the video with Cassie where Diddy beat Cassie. But within the US, how many white men or how many men actually beat on women in this country? There's a lot of abuses that go on in this country and nobody say anything about it. Not even that, there's worse that happen in this country. You have a woman that will bring a girl or a child into the family, get married with maybe 2 daughters. And then in that house, you see the husband literally raping those girls in the night. And then the wife will fail not to listen to the child that your husband is doing this shit to me. They will not listen to it. And that girl will be getting raped every single night. Till finally when she run away, you stuck with that trauma. There's some weird shit that go in this country, man. They're trying to act as if Diddy is the first one to do. And this is why I can be telling black people, you need to wake up. You guys are free, but you're still a slave in your head, man. You need to wake up. You need to think for yourself. If you don't think for yourself, people are going to do the thinking for you. And when they do it for you, you are like a robot. You are like a person with no conscience. They just, yeah, it's like living dead, like zombies. You walk in your head, you're burying your phone because you are not thinking critically. Come on, man, you got to do your research. And what I'm telling you, don't take my word for it. A man named Bartolomé de las Casas, a Spanish Catholic priest, a missionary who witnessed it firsthand, wrote detailed accounts of Columbus' crimes in his 16th century book, A Short Account of the Destruction of the Indians. He described young girls being gifted to settlers as sexual slaves, mass killings, forced labor, mutilation, and cannibalism. This is what Columbus did. This is Columbus. This is what he did. This is what Columbus, Christopher Columbus, that everybody threw a holiday for in the US saying that he discovered the US. He was into some weird shit. Weirder, way weirder. If we talk about grading people from 1 to 10 in terms of how weird they were, Columbus would not even make that list because his weirdness go to 100. He won't be found on that list because he's top class on that list. So people need to think for themselves. You need to start thinking critically. If you don't think critically, people are going to do the thinking for you. And Bartolomé de las Casas quote from his book: they took infants from their mother breast, snatched them by the legs, and dashed them headlong against the rocks. Bartolomé de las Casas. This is what he said in his book. But nobody, guess what? They don't even want to publish that, but nobody talk about it. The media bury that. And I try to tell people, the media in this country, like the news, is actually not the news, man. Sometimes, yes, they might say the truth. Sometimes they might talk about some stuff that, there is certain news, no matter what you do, you cannot lie about. There's certain things you can say that you can't lie about. So when that thing is on the news, of course it's going to be truth. But there is things that people don't know about yet, you can't be able to lie about. And most of the time they're giving an opinion. It's not even what is actually happening. It's our opinion. And now if you listen to the news, they will always back the US. They will never go against the US. People had that opinion, yes. But that's just for show. Okay? They make a little drama and then they make the people feel like, oh yeah, the news is no. It all for show. This is crazy. Look, I am not shocked when modern systems uphold violence under the disguise of law. If this country was built on that kind of bloodshed, how can we act surprised when echoes of it still shape its foundation? This is bigger than America. This is a global war on blackness. In Libya, black people are still being sold in slave markets today. And who was the cause of that? Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton. They murdered Gaddafi because he lied. He had weapons of mass destruction. He was exterminating his people. All kind of fake news that went. He was barbaric. He was a dictator. They came out all kind of different way in order to put this man in a position where they would easily go and kill him and nobody will ask any question. And that is exactly what it did. Before the US invade any country, before the US murder anybody, they use the media, they use the platform, the news, the social media platform, and then assassinate that person's character and prepare the citizen of the US what this person is and make them be the devil, because whenever the name devil is on you, nobody look at you to be someone that have feelings. So now the US look at that person to be the devil, and when you are the devil, nobody cares. That's exactly what the US does. Like, they prepare the world. First they prepare their citizen, they hide them or they make them mad, and then now they give them opinion, because most of the people cannot think critically. Okay, critical thinking. When they do that, then they go to the world and make they paint the person picture as they have the empty canvas. They paint that picture on it as they are the evil person in the world. Without them, the world would be a better place. It's the same thing they did to Iraq when they killed Saddam Hussein. The world would be a better place. The guy, I forgot his name. He had like a weird name, Nathan something. He said that, and he from Israel. So we have a lot of weird shit that going on right now, man. And you trying to tell me that Diddy doing that is the worst thing that anybody like he's the first person that ever done that? No. Across parts of Africa, the Caribbean, and even the US, black organs are being harvested on a mysterious death, unclean bodies, and failed autopsies. So we're talking about a bigger issue. This is a historical fact, okay? And historically, black skin was literally used to make shoes, purses, wallets, and belts in Europe and the Americas during slavery. This is a historical fact. This is not a myth. Not at all. And in the US, black women and children go missing every single day with little media attention, no national outrage, no institutional action at all. The real issue here is not about legality or morality. That's just a simple fact, okay? It is not, the real issue is not about legality or morality. It is about fear. It is about fear of black financial and cultural dominance. That's what this is. History shows us this. Black Wall Street, May 31st, 1921, I believe. Black Wall Street was bombed and burned down, and they killed over 300 people. History says 300, but I would say over 300 people, because you know what? Whenever these people gave you a number, the white power structure or the West, however that they might call them, whenever they give you a number, you had to say over, because you had to multiply that number by either by 5, by 10 to get an actual number. Okay, so I'm saying over 300. I know they literally say precisely 300, but I would say over 300 because I know they did it with black people. They're trying to exterminate black people, so I know they might not even report everything. So now, Fred Hampton murdered in his sleep at age 21 by the U.S. government. By the U.S. government. Your own citizen. You murdered a man because he won liberation. He won liberation, you murder him for it. It doesn't make any sense. He just wants freedom. Why can't you give people freedom? Why can't you give everybody freedom? Why can't you, the same freedom that the white people have, why can't you give the same freedom to these people? You want, you took them from overseas and brought them here. Now, because you don't have use for them anymore, and you can't get rid of them, now you're trying to exterminate them? This is ridiculous. And you created a special government program, Quintuple, a government operation created to destroy black power. How is that? How does that even make sense? And you did not create this organization to scare people. You actually went ahead and proceed with the agenda. You murdered Tupac, Malcolm X, MLK, Sam Cooke, Bob Marley. the name goes on. All the names that I just gave you were targeted. All gone before that time. Not because of scandal, but because of vision. Because they inspired freedom. Anytime the black man gains influence, starts shifting minds, or builds wealth outside the system control, they activate that kill switch. Whether it is literal or repetitional, the result is always the same. Erase the threat. The problem isn't what's being done, it is who doing it. Again, the problem isn't what is being done, it is who is doing it. When the white billionaire exploit women, it is entertainment. When the black billionaire lives in freedom, it's criminal. When the white man stockpiles weapons, it is his right. When the black man does it, it is domestic terrorism. If Diddy is guilty, bring facts and proof, but bring it with the same energy you gave your white billionaires, military warmongers, Silicon Valley predators, and global traffickers. Bring the same energy, because until you do, this isn't about justice. This is about control. This is about fear. This is about punishing black freedom when there's a look power in the eyes and say, I build this, I control this, I don't need your approval. Like how they burned down Black Wall Street because black people were telling the government and the white power structure that we built this, we are running this, we don't need your approval, this is our business. Tulsa, Oklahoma, Black Wall Street, this right here is who we are. Let me tell you, when you know our history and our culture, I'm not talking about from the 1400, which slavery, that's when slavery started, right? The transatlantic slave trade, that's when it started. I'm not talking about that, about Prince Henry the Navigator. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about before the 1400. Who were we before the 1400? That is what you need to learn. You see, Willie Lynch, he was a West Indians slave owner. 1712, he came, the U.S. slave owners invited him because why? Most of the slaves were dying. They were dying because sometimes they would rebel and run away from the plantation. And the owner would either chase them and kill them, or sometimes they would even kill the master. And there was a lot of rebellion, so a lot of people were dying. So they called Willie Lynch. Willie Lynch came into the U.S. 1712 and told them, I have with me a foolproof plan. If you employ it, your slave, they will be slave for you for like 300 years or even 1,000 years. But these are things that you need to do in order for this to work. You need to hide that true history from them. They cannot know anything about where they come from originally. So every time when you see that slavery, every holiday for black people in this country, that's what I'm saying. People need to wake up. You need to wake up. Wake up, black people, wake up. Every holiday, I guarantee you, I can put my neck on the chopping board. Every holiday, it started from during slavery and after slavery. Every celebration for black people, I'm talking about, when I say holiday, I'm talking about black people. Every holiday for black people, every celebration for black people is always from slavery to present. They don't tell you about Timbuktu. They don't tell you about Absalom. They don't tell you about the kingdom of Zimbabwe. You don't know about any of that. They don't tell you that. Even Jesus, they painted Jesus white. Jesus was not white. The picture that you have, the picture that they got up there is a European dude picture. They painted that dude. Jesus is black. The prophet, they are all black in the Bible. They're not white people. People need to wake up. This is 2025, the year of awakening. The year of awakening. You need to pay attention. You need to listen. Instead of you following everybody what they're saying, you got to pay attention. You got to think critically. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This is Civil Voice Liberia. This platform, we drop Black consciousness. Subscribe, follow our channel on every platform, and the next episode is coming. Again, Civil Voice Liberia. Your voice, your future.